Today I will be showing parts of the Copacabana townhouse community that are in disrepair and have been for years, and nothing's being done to correct the issue after years and years of different board members. This is just the front wall. I would consider it a gash, and that's just the front wall. There are quite a few units that have this problem. I'm starting with what I think is the most severe. This is the outside of this resident's patio. A whole part of the concrete is completely missing. The stucco. It's a patch and repaint. They have color match paint now, where you don't have to paint all the walls. All the outside of the buildings don't need to be repainted. That's my estimation. I'm not a professional. That needs to be patched and repainted. I'm documenting this because I believe that the board members are making faulty financial decisions, not working for the homeowners or the tenants, and only care about the plants. And I can't give you a reason as to why that is. I'm baffled and stumped as to why they wouldn't work on the buildings. It's always the grass. It's always the plants. And they continue to cut the pine trees in the back, so there will be no shade left by the time they get through with them, the pine tree. So there won't be any more shade right there. For some reason, I will assume it's, I don't have any idea. It's been like that for years and years. Those trees were nice and full, and now they've been cut back. Maybe it's because of the cables, but if it was because of the cables, wouldn't they have done that many, many years ago? So there are things that I don't understand, and I'm documenting it today because I'm greatly concerned about the decisions that not only the present board is making, but the prior board made. For example, there's a fence here that goes all along the south end of Copacabana townhouse community. It's been there for years, the fence. And the president of the board a couple of years ago put in oleander bushes that we now have to water, because he was thinking that those oleander bushes, when they grew, that Copacabana could then take that fence down, and that the oleander trees would prevent people from climbing over the wall. This is erroneous and will never work, because people who climb over walls don't care about a bush that's in their way. And these are the type of decisions that I believe are being made by board members who do not have the best interests of the tenants and residents who pay $180 a month. We pay for this every month. We have to pay for these decisions every single month. Quite a few years ago, $10,000 was spent to beautify these pits. 1, 2, three gravel pits that nobody cares about. They're in the back where people park their cars, and they decided that it was a good idea to spend $10,000 of the HOA money that we pay to put in some bushes. And now we have to water those. And this is the desert. So I'm documenting this. There's an area of the fence here that I videotaped months ago. Somebody went underneath. So that's not going to stop anybody from climbing over that wall and going underneath that fence, because I witnessed he went underneath there, right there. And I videotaped him doing that. That's an area where the fence is not in place. Nobody's done anything to fix it. And this is what the fence looks like. And the fence needs to stay, because this area of Las Vegas is not safe if you don't have protection. For some reason, this tree was cut back. Oddly enough, they sent a letter to everyone telling us months ago that not to park back on this street because these trees were going to be cut back. This tree is really not hurting anyone, and I still don't understand why it was cut back. It's just going to grow, and it's the only tree that provides shade for the residents who park back here. Since they cut this pine tree now a couple of days ago, it's going to be very difficult to have full protection. So this tree was cut back severely all the way to the fence. However, there's no shaded area for at least 40 cars that park at the south end of Copacabana each and every night. You would think that a place like this that's charging $180 a month for this area of town would put in covered parking, at least like apartments do. You would think that they would offer that, you know, for the residents. Okay, here's the same tree at the end of the gravel road. Somebody parks under it. For some reason, the president of the HOA of Copacabana did not feel that it was necessary to cut this tree back all the way to the fence. So this person has shade, and you can see the cables. It's growing right over the cable. So you tell me, I don't understand this. How is this tree growing over the cable wires any different than with the tree that I just showed you? I wouldn't cut this tree back. I wouldn't cut any of the trees back. Here's another tree. Here's a branch that's growing completely over into Copacabana territory, but yet it was not cut back. You tell me, because I don't understand. A girl broke her car over the bump in front of the clubhouse because it was faultily put in with concrete instead of asphalt by people who don't have license or bond. They were warned that the bump should be taken out. The homeowners association didn't listen. So now a girl broke her tie rod, and I'm going to show you her car right now because the tow truck came 2 nights ago and couldn't get it on the truck somehow, for some reason. It was so damaged. And this is the car, right here. Tie rod, completely broken. This is the car that went over the bump. This is the car that went over the bump. The streets are in disrepair. It doesn't look like anything was ever done to the streets. And I'm calling on Taylor Management and the Homeowners Association to refund every homeowner in Copacabana until this job is done correctly. Here's the pool again that they're closing because it's a liability if somebody should stub their toe on a little area there. You tell me, because I don't understand. Here's another area that could easily be patched and repainted at the clubhouse. The rest of it is just fine. This community is a disgrace. And the reason why it's a disgrace is because of the direct results of the HOA board making bad decisions, financially and otherwise. The mailbox was never fixed properly here. Let me show you something else, because I'm not finished. This was a tennis court in the 80s, but look at it now. Look at this. It's a disgrace. And guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you're on the internet and you look up an address in Copacabana Gardens and you want to purchase something here, guess what it says in the listings? That's right. Tennis court. But it's a nay-nay. It's a no-no. There is no tennis court here. It's a dilapidated, whatever you want to call it. But does that look like a tennis court to you? It looks like a holding area for trash cans to me. But you tell me. You tell me. Look at this deck. Now that's a deck that needs to be resurfaced. Wouldn't you agree? But don't expect to play tennis when you buy a unit here, because it ain't going to happen, kids. They've got it lockerooed. And look, the table. They have the tables locked down, ladies and gentlemen. Look. Look. Because they're scared that somebody's going to vandalize the tables. Isn't this disgraceful? This is at the corner of Sahara and Boulder Highway on the east side of the Las Vegas Strip, about 3 miles from the entertainment capital of the world. And this is what you get. Lockdown pool, supposed to open April 1st. Nope. Do you see anybody swimming here? I don't. I don't. Tables are locked. Gates are locked. They're waiting for someone to come and resurface the pool deck. You see anything wrong with this pool deck? I say open the pool. Now wait till I show you this. They said the deck resurfacers are coming this month. Do you see anybody working here on this deck? That's what I thought. Here's the piece de resistance. The pièce de résistance. This is the bump that that girl went over several days ago. I want to show you this bump that the handymen, who thank the Lord are no longer working on the grounds, put in. Yeah, guess what it is? It's concrete. You know what it's supposed to be? That's right. It's supposed to be asphalt. You know why? That's right. It's supposed to be asphalt. You see it right there? Exactly right. Watch. Look, look. They have to almost stop. Anyway, do you know why it's not supposed to be concrete? I heard from the tow truck driver that concrete is like driving over a rock. So the red car that I showed you went over this on Tuesday morning around 11:30, and she broke her tie rod. And guess what? The management company warned the board of directors that this bump should be removed. Does it look removed to you? I didn't think so. So anyway, a girl's car, little red car, is broken, and they couldn't even put it on the tow truck because it was so severely damaged. And this is what we're dealing with. This is what the board members, a direct result of the board members' decisions in Copacabana Gardens townhouse community. So before you buy a unit in here, watch this video and share it with your friends. Is this where you want to live? Let me show you something else. Look at the job whoever did putting in these curb bumps. Wonder who did that? Look at this shoddy job. Look at the shoddy work they did. It's even worse down at the other end. And this is in front of the pool. This is in front of the pool that has iron gates around it like a prison. Nothing pretty around the pool to keep it private. No nice plants around the pool. It's just a prison. That's what it looks like. So when you buy in here, be prepared. Okay? There is no tennis court. The pool is closed. And this is the kind of work you get on the street. Okay? This is what we got for our $1,000 that they took from each and every person who lives in here to beautify the streets. It's out of warranty now, and the board of directors says she's not the type to sue. Oh well. Oh well. She's not the type to sue. But you know what I think we need? We need somebody on the board who is the type to sue. That's what I think. But you tell me. Now I'm going to show you the front west wall of Copacabana. I'm sorry to have to keep using the word disgrace, but it's the only word I can find to put into words how terrible this is. There's no pride of ownership here, none. We're paying $180 a month, and this is what the front wall of Copacabana looks like. There's two walls that say Copacabana, the west wall and the east wall. The east wall is even in bad shape. The east wall is even in bad shape. I'm just noticing this now, where the bricks are all broken there. Somebody painted over some graffiti there. Here, right here, this wall, they moved the letters, as you can see, because the bush grew so high. The Copacabana letters used to be there, behind the bush. For some reason, they moved it. I guess they didn't want to cut the bush down. So they took the letters out. They took the letters out, and they moved it. But they never fixed the wall. And it looks like somebody used the wall for target practice. That's what it looks like. It's a disgrace. It's crumbling. Let me show you the front pedestrian gate that has never actually been fixed by any professional. You see the lock right here? You see where this piece of iron on the door is convex? That's because somebody tried to break in to Copacabana townhouse complex through this door, and it was never ever fixed properly, and it affects the safety of the entire community. It was never realigned, the door was never replaced, it was never fixed. I just wanted to document this because it's also a disgrace when we pay $180 a month to have a gated community, but they don't have the wherewithal or the decency to fix this door. To fix this door. It should be straight and flush, and it's not. I've complained about this before, but nothing's ever been done because the plants are more important, you see, than the safety of the community, right? Much more important. The whole sidewalk here is crumbling. The whole sidewalk. I love streets that are paved nicely, and communities look much better when they're paved nicely. But you tell me from these videos, where do you think our $500, do you think our $500 went to somewhere good? I don't. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. It looks terrible in here. Look at this sidewalk. There's an excuse. Every fifth step you take in here, there's an excuse for somebody to be able to sue Copacabana. It's not just the pool. As a matter of fact, the pool is the least dilapidated of all of Copacabana's areas. The pool is actually in the best condition of all, as you can see from this video. It appears from the naked eye that all the board members care about are the plants. Okay? That's what it appears to be like. They don't care about the sidewalks. They don't care about the street. They don't want to sue the company for a faulty job, or give us our money back at least. Just give me my money back. They took $500 from us, and they took $500 more for each person from the funds, the dues from the homeowners fund. And that's what we got. A cracked road. That's what we got. It's a disgrace in here. And all they care about, I guess that's all they know how to do, is to work with the landscapers to make the trees real pretty. But behind the trees is stucco gone bad. Let me show you another part. It's a disgrace. They took out all these plants because they died last summer, which is okay. Good for you for taking out the plants. But guess what? Now patch the wall. Please, patch the wall right there, for God's sake. So as you can see, the pool is actually quite nice. On this particular video, I'm showing you the pool again, because it actually looks quite nice. And I want you to, if you're watching this, I want you to see this, that this is the least of the problem. The pool deck is the least of Copacabana's problems, and that's my estimation. You can make up your own mind. let this video document the unacceptable condition of Copacabana and the wasted spending that the board members consistently engage in. All these bushes were taken out too. Thank you very much for watching. But as you can see, the grass looks very good. They don't hesitate to work with the landscapers on a daily basis to make the landscaping look good. But the buildings, the few spots out of 129 units that could use patch and repaint, for some reason they don't have the money or the time or the motivation to do that. Here's another one. Here's another one just to show you. A simple patch and repaint with color match paint, and you're done. Thank you.